Shalom, more praise to Yahweh Bashmiel Shah, double line to the Apostle GMS. This is I'm Noah Allah coming at you in another video. And in this video, I'm going to be focusing on the book of 1 Timothy 4 and 1. Let's just get right to it. 1 Timothy chapter 4 verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly, that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith. Now that's true. In the latter times, some are going to depart from the faith. Look at the word expressly, real fast. And the Spirit is talking about the Spirit of the Most High.
Strong's G 4490 Kratos.
That the Spirit is talking about the Spirit of Yahweh Bashmiel Shah. That's speaking. Okay? But we're the vessel that the Most High is speaking through. So when it says expressly in express words, stated, specify, doesn't really give you much there. But the Spirit speaketh expressly, outspokenly, distinctly, freely, that in the latter times or the end time, some shall depart from the faith. So some people are going to depart from the faith. That's just what it is. You know, it might be somebody in the camp you're cool with. It might be your own sibling. You know what I'm saying? You might have, let's say you're a father, you got a son in the truth. But guess what? He might depart from the faith. Don't mind that noise, just moving something over. You know, he might depart from the faith. That's a part of this thing, man. But the scripture just letting you know. I'm saying, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of the devil. So they're going to give heed. In other words, they're going to pay them attention. They're going to take it to note, take into account. Those seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. Spirits that's seducing them to believe that which is not true. Doctrines of devils, meaning deceiving doctrines. Ye so not the white man. All nations can make it. You know, the other nations not going into slavery. America's not Babylon. You know, America's not going to be destroyed in the coming third world war by way of thermonuclear destruction. Those are just seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. I mean, those things are not true. If you hear somebody saying that, those things are not true. Okay, Esau is the white man. If you're not an Israelite, so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, according to your father's line, you going into slavery if you're not a part of that. That's just the straight up truth. America is Babylon the Great. America is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction in the coming third world war. That's just the truth. Whether you're going to receive it or not. Now, this is the book of Jude, chapter 1, verse 7. It says, but beloved, remember ye the words which were spoken of the apostles of our Lord Yahweh Shah. So we got to remember what was said of the apostles of Yahweh Shah. How that they told you there should be mockers in the last time. Didn't Peter say that? In the last days there shall be scoffers. Is that 2 Peter 3 and 3? They shall come scoffers. So you're going to have people that's mockers or scoffers. People that's talking trash. People that's speaking illiterate truth. You're going to have people that's going to do that. Yeah, that's going to happen. You're going to have people out there doing that. You know? Because remember, we so far gone from the time when Yahweh Shah, the one who the word ignorantly called Jesus Christ, we're so far gone when he was from the time when he was on the earth that people, it's gonna be hard for them to receive that he gonna come back. Because you gotta understand something. They've been living in a world that has made mockery of the scriptures. They've been living in a world that made mockery of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? They read the Bible and they don't see the miracles happening before their eyes the way it's written in the scriptures. They don't see the angels the way it's written in the scriptures. So in their minds, they don't really believe. They may say that they believe. They may even go to church. But they're not really living like it. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand that. Okay? So you're going to have people that's going to mock. Even people that's going to call themselves Israelites. They're going to mock. You know what I mean? Because they don't really believe. Like the people that I stated earlier that's teaching falsehoods on the scriptures, things that's not true. They're going to mock those that's the true teachers. Which is what we're doing here at GMS. Beginning with the apostles. Alright? Continuing on. How that they told you there shall be mockers in the last time, who shall walk after their own ungodly lust. So they're going to walk after their own ungodly lust. They're going to do what they want to do. They're going to do what it is that they choose live their life on their terms, live their life how they want to live their lives. You know? Just like how it was in the days of Noah. They were married and they were given in marriage. Meaning what? They were going about their daily lives, going about their own desires, and not taking into account the destruction that was to come. These be they who separate themselves. From what? From the truth. From righteousness. Sensual, having not the spirit. Something that's sensual is something that's pleasing to the senses. Taste, touch, smell, sight, hearing. In other words, they're sensual, meaning they're earthly. They're natural men. They only understand things that's natural. We as human beings, we understand sensual things like taste, touch, smell, sight, hearing. But that's just things that you just see that you just understand as a natural person. But spiritually, is understand things through the spirit that goes beyond the earthly. It's go beyond that. They don't understand things spiritually. They're just natural men. They're natural people. Alright? They don't understand things through the spirit because why? The Most High has blocked their understanding. Jeremiah 5:21. Hear now this, O foolish people, when without understanding, which have eyes and see not, which have ears and hear not. That's talking about the children of Israel. They're foolish. They don't have understanding. They have eyes, but they see not. So they see with their eyes. They have eyes, right? But they see not. So it's not talking about physical seeing, the sensual sense, the earthly sense of seeing, but it's talking about seeing with your spirit, understanding things spiritually, which have ears and they hear not. You have ears, you can hear something with your physical ear. That's your sensual ear. You understand that sensual sense of hearing, but they hear not, meaning they don't hear with understanding. Okay? This is the book of Isaiah 6:9. And he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. See, they hear, but they don't understand. They see, but they don't perceive. So it's talking about hearing something and seeing something. But when you see it with the eyes of your mind. You see it spiritually. Oh, I see what you mean. You don't literally see it, but you understand it spiritually. Make the heart of this people fat. When it says fat, that means what? Heart of people fat. That word there, fat, means what? Calloused.
Strong's H 8080. Shaman.
It says to be or become fat, grow fat, show fatness, oily, gross. Let me see something. Which ultimately means to be calloused. Okay? Let's see if I can find it. Well, I'll just read it here. I don't gotta. Because as long as it make the heart of people fat, it says oily, fat, gross, but it means like hard to be calloused. If a person got a callus on their thumb, your skin has hardened. So if the heart or your mind has become fat, or become callous, or has become hardened, then you're hard-hearted. In other words, you can't receive understanding. That's ultimately what it's talking about. Make the heart of the people fat and make their ears heavy. See, make the ears heavy. So what if they can't hear? Chabad. I didn't even have to go into I clicked on the Hebrew by mistake. I didn't have to though, because I could pronounce it. It's alright. Already did it. The last word. So it says to make it heavy. It says to make heavy, make dull, make unresponsive. To be heavy, weighty, be grievous, be hard, be rich, be honorable. So it says be glorious, be burdensome, be honored. So when it says make the ears heavy, means make it weighty, make it grievous, make it a burden, so they can't hear spiritually. And shut their eyes, meaning close their eyes to understanding, lest they see with their eyes and hear with their ears and understand with their heart and convert and be healed. So guess what? The Most High sent the angel to block their spiritual understanding. So when you see people out here that's teaching the truth 1 minute and then they start going off, don't be befuddled by it, don't be confused, don't be all messed up. The Most High didn't want that. The Most High is confusing them because they're not of His. So a lot of people gonna fall out of this thing. you're gonna have people that's gonna be a part of GMS is gonna fall out and start teaching different doctrines. But that's just remember these scriptures. So with that, I'm gonna close. I'm gonna say, "Oh praise Yahweh Shemel Shah, double honor to the Apostle GMS. I hope you better learn something. Shalom."